Hey, you guys, and welcome to the Lofi Network. Pisces Soul Tribe. I want to get into some general messages for you. And of course, anything you need from me can be found down below in the description box. So right before I even begin this reading, so what I will say, what I'm feeling is a countdown could be significant. 3 days could also be significant. And what I feel like these 3 days are relative to is some sort of contract, some sort of notice, but it's not a negative notice. It's a positive notice. I feel like you all are about to get the opportunity to decide whether you want to do something or not. And these 3 days are for you to these 3 days are for you to consider it. So a 3-day notice, 3-day contract, 3 days to think about signing over a contract is very significant. But I do feel like with signing over this contract, you're getting ready to take off. Okay, Divine, what is the overall energy concerning Pisces at this time? So we have spilling the beans. So revealing secrets, cats out of the bag, as well as untrustworthy. Okay, and what else is here, Divine? Okay, so we have legal coming out. So court, paperwork filed. Okay, there go that contract. Okay, and what else, Divine? So we have recalling, so memories, missing someone, as well as reminiscing. And then we have liftoff. So there we have it. There we have it. I feel like that's exactly what this is. The cat's now out of the bag because I can literally read it the way I just said it. So spilling the beans. So I feel like spilling the beans is having the knowledge that you have this within your possession. And I feel like with spilling the beans, you're Divine, clarify spilling the beans. I'm not even going to even try. Let's let the cards speak. So we have my boo. So official status, exclusive relationship, seeing each other openly. And Divine, what is the intention concerning my boo? We have laughter. So wholeness, overjoyed, smiling. So what some of you all don't know is I feel like some of you are getting ready to come into a relationship, a partnership, something more serious. Okay. I feel like the secret's out. I feel like you definitely, other people could be learning that this is a thing. But I do feel like this is the space for your enjoyment. I feel like this is, I'm here, karma. I feel like after many different relationships, after many different what you would consider failures, I feel like a lot of you all are getting ready to come into the perfect type of partnership. And what I'm also hearing is you will know it because it'll feel effortless. It won't feel like a lot of work. Divine, tell me about legal here. Okay, so we have a light bulb moment. So sudden realization, feeling inspired, insightful awareness. Yes, I feel like this is an opportunity. I feel like a lot of you are about to get some sort of upgrade, promotion, level up, elevation, access. Divine, clarify light bulb moment. Can I have one more, please? So we have roller coaster. So full of highs and lows. Off and on again, and hot and cold. But what I'm more so feeling with this is I feel like this is going to be quite a ride. I feel like this is something that you possibly never experienced before, and I feel like now you're about to be some sort of risk taker. I feel like you're about to enjoy life. I'm hearing the word amusement park. So of course, with roller coaster, when you go to an amusement park, you go more so for your enjoyment. So with roller coaster, I feel like you're about to buckle up and you're about to take a very interesting ride. I feel like this ride is going to be full of unexpected loops, turns, and different things like that. But at the end of it, you're going to come out whole, and then you will come out different, after experiencing this. Divine, tell me about recalling here. Okay. So we have reading up, so doing the research, learning more, gaining insight. And then we have machismo, so masculine pride, toxic masculinity, as well as meeting manly expectations. Divine, can I have one more, please? Okay, so we have Bonnie and Clyde. So ride or die, us against the world, dedicated partnership. So what I feel like more so than anything else is someone is thinking about the relationship that they share with you, memories. I feel like after reading up, after searching and figuring out that you possibly, some of you all possibly have like a new situation, relationship going on, I feel like this is something that someone is concerned about, because I feel like somebody thought that you were supposed to be their ride or die, and it was supposed to be you and them. And I feel like somebody also feels like it's possible that this person that you're now with could be living the life that they were supposed to live with you, is also what I'm feeling. But somebody in some way is possibly a little salty. Divine, can you clarify lift off for me lastly? So we have karmic. So third party relationship lesson. So yeah, I feel like where you're about to be headed, where you're about to go, is definitely stemmed from some karmic instance in your life. Definitely with a person, place, or a thing that you felt tied to, felt like you couldn't relinquish this thing and let it go. If it did come back to you, or you went back to it, you thought maybe that it was changed, maybe it'll feel different, and you ended up with the same result. I feel like you definitely are experiencing some sort of lift off or some sort of elevation after learning the lesson. I feel like after you removed yourself from whatever had you bound, you definitely had some sense of freedom, and that freedom allowed you room to roam. And with you being able to roam, you were able to live freely. You didn't live under the geist of what other people discussed and said about you. I feel like you're now so even in a space that the things that people did discuss or say about you, they no longer have any effect on you, because I feel like you're in a space now where you understand and know that people are allowed their expressions, they're allowed their feelings, and they are allowed to not like what you're doing and all of those different things. I feel like when it comes down to people's opinions and simply things like that, you allow those things to be simply that, those people's opinions. I don't feel like you take anyone's projections. I feel like you allow yourself to live your life. Divine, lift off and karmic, please. We have TikTok. So deadline, procrastination, too busy. I feel like there's a decision that has finally been made. And I feel like the decision that you made in some capacity is going to work out in your favor, because I feel like you've finally gotten it, Divine, clarify one more time. Yeah, I feel like you're getting ready to enjoy your life with turn. So party animal, sex, drugs, and alcohol, as well as surface pleasures. Maybe not all of those things, because some of you all don't enjoy your life in that way. But we also have key player at the bottom of the deck. So important person playing an essential role, as well as irreplaceable. I feel like you're getting to a point in your life where, once again, you understand your value. You understand where you're headed. You know what you want to do. And I feel like you are taking action on that. After experiencing many different things in your life, you are now taking action on the things that honestly really suit you. Divine, what can you tell me as a direct message? Okay, first we have the 10 of Cups coming out. Okay. And then we also have the 10 of Swords. Okay, so a judgment call is very significant with 10 and 10, so 20. So I feel like what the judgment call was made, and then we even have the Wheel of Fortune, which is another 10. So 10, 10, 10. I feel like you're moving into a space where you're in luck. You're in favor, and I feel like the things that you want also want you in return, because I feel like that's why they're finally now attracted to you. I feel like you are gaining the perspective, the push, the acceleration in your life that you need in order to get things moving, in order to get things started. I feel like this is literally a trade-off. I feel like you traded off some terrible, awful ending for wonderful new beginnings. Divine, can you clarify this 10 of Cups and the 10 of Swords here? We have the Strength. Yes, I feel like the divine in some capacity is playing a part. I feel like this is where the intervening takes place. I feel like you are stepping into some sense of favor is what I'm also feeling with this. Because I feel like, as I said, you've learned the lessons. I feel like you also finally see things for what they are. I feel like you're not trying to change anything anymore. I feel like you're allowing things to be whatever they are in your space. And if this is something you feel like you don't resonate with, or that you can't be bothered with anymore, you simply move on. Divine, move forward. 10 of Cups, 10 of Swords. We have the 5 of Pentacles as well as the 9 of Cups. Yes, I feel like you're leaving old things behind, old ways of being behind. Divine, clarify the 5 of Pentacles while we're here. 5 of Pentacles. Clarifying the 5 of Pentacles, we have the 6 of Pentacles. So there's something that you're no longer giving to. And once again, I feel like you possibly even surrender some old way of being. I feel like with Divine, tell me about this 10 of Swords, because that are also Knight of Swords, and tell me about the Knight of Swords concerning the 10 of Swords. There was something that wasn't consistent. 3 of Swords. And possibly the only thing that was consistent within this 10 of Swords situation was heartbreak, pain. And I feel like that's something that you wanted to give over and that you wanted to leave behind, especially with the 5 of Pentacles. We have 3, there's 3 of Swords here. Yes, so definitely. So 5 and 6, chronological synchronicity, 56 could be significant, or 65. Divine, tell me about the 5 of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles. We have the Page of Cups. Yes, I feel like what you're now giving to is the child within. I feel like you're giving more so to your imagination. You're believing in yourself again. And I feel like the belief that you have in yourself again is stemming the belief that you can have anything that you want, which is this 10 of Cups. I feel like you truly are getting your heart's desire. And with your heart's desires is going to be more emotional fulfillment, especially with the 9 of Cups, which is why I feel like the 9 of Cups is here as well. But I feel like more so with anything else, with the 5 of Pentacles, the 6 of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups, you're moving into a space more so where you believe in yourself again. You believe in that dream within. And I feel like that is this 9 of Cups. That's the thing that you are planning to put into action. Divine, lastly, tell me about the Page of Cups here. We have the 3 of Wands. There's something you're returning to. The thing that you're returning to, I feel like more is yourself. I feel like you're returning to yourself and you're getting back to yourself. And when you get back to yourself, you're going to move forward. I feel like nothing about you is the same. And I feel like as you move forward, you consistently change. Okay. Divine, tell me about this 9 of Cups. We have the 9 of Pentacles. So 99 could be significant for you all. And then we also have the Hermit. So another 9. So 999. Okay, so we had 10, 10, 10 earlier. And now we have 999. So I definitely feel like this is definitely some sense of order. 10 and 9, another chronological synchronicity. Okay. Yeah, you're definitely coming into something as a whole singular individual, because you know every time you see the 9 of Cups, the 9 of Pentacles, the Hermit in some way always shows or reveals itself. But even if the Hermit doesn't, the 9 of Pentacles a singular energy, the 9 of Cups a singular energy, and I feel like this is what this is. I feel like you were meant to remove yourself from many treacherous situations before you really came into your heart's desires, because your heart's desires was going to cause a tangible response with the 9 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles. Divine, tell me about this 9 of Cups and 9 of Pentacles. Intangible to the tangible, okay, is also what I'm feeling. Okay. We have the 3 of Pentacles. I feel like there are many different things that are getting ready to come together for you. Also for you, the foundation. So I feel like throughout this process, the many different experiences that you have experienced in your life were the foundation, the proving ground. We have the Empress at the bottom of the deck. So you're definitely in an abundant energy. Divine, 3 of Pentacles concerning the 9 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles. We have the 5 of Swords. And why the 5 of Swords, Divine? Especially when one stands alone. We have the Nine of Swords in reverse. I feel like you're no longer allowing things to really defeat you. I feel like you could be one of those individuals who always, heavily relied on the past. The past was always a subject matter to you. I feel like that's no longer a thing. I feel like you're accepting those things, especially with the Nine of Swords in reverse. Something is no longer stressing you out. I don't feel like you're boggled down or bothered by anything. I feel like you're accepting those bits and pieces of you, and I feel like you're putting those things to rest as well. Divine, tell me about the Hermit lastly. Okay, so we have the Seven of Cups in reverse and the Justice. Something about whatever you are getting ready to come into, it's balanced. It's how it's supposed to be. You're very grounded at this time. And I feel like there is an acceptance of who you are as an individual, where you want to go, where you see yourself. I feel like you're no longer concerning yourself with outside sources, especially with the Nine of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Hermit. You're focused solely on you. What do you desire and what do you want to see fulfilled? And then we have the Ace of Cups, that emotional fulfillment that we were discussing at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Divine, what can you tell me about outcomes? And we have the Ten of Wands. Okay. Divine, 10 of Wands, 40. For some of you all could be significant, the number 40. And we have the Hierophant. Yeah. We have the Hierophant. So a 10 and a 5. So something for you definitely is purpose. It feels like this is destiny. It feels like it's something about a heavy responsibility, more so than anything else, with the 10 of Wands and the Hierophant. And this definitely seems to be something of a very serious nature. So something about a heavy responsibility. 10 of Wands and the Hierophant, Divine. We have the Nine of Swords. Yes, I feel like something is a very heavy responsibility. We have the Nine of Swords in reverse just a moment ago, and then now we have the Nine of Swords upright. Divine, why the Nine of Swords upright? Okay, so we have the 10 of, the 2 of Wands. So there seems to be some sort of confusion possibly about what steps to take next. And I feel like this is normal. I don't feel like there is any stagnancy, because I do feel like with the 10 of Wands, you're still working. There's something you're still actively doing while you figure out what it is you're supposed to do, or what you're supposed to do next. Something about forward movement. Divine, 2 of Wands. Okay, so the Eight of Wands, and then we also have the Death. It's about what steps to make forward, what changes possibly to even expect here as well. But definitely, in some sense, some sort of change with what you're doing now is getting ready to stir up some forward movement. Something's getting ready to happen for you, and I feel like more so than anything else, there's definitely about to be change in your life. I feel like you're about to relinquish one thing for another. Yeah, 7 of Cups, we have options and choices here. So I feel like in your incoming future possible outcome, you have something about an opportunity, a choice, something about 3 days. Once again, something you're supposed to make your mind up about. Divine, the Death here. We have the Justice. Yes, whatever you are getting ready to do, it seems to be in order. We started with the 10 of Wands and we're ending with 11, which is the Justice, which is an opportunity, with the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So in your incoming future, Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of this deck and Ace of Cups at the bottom of the other. So I feel like you're about to be very pleased. I feel like you're in some way about to be emotionally fulfilled. I feel like you're about to be financially fulfilled. I feel like your needs are about to be met. Okay, I feel like you've been okay, but I feel like some of the things that you want, you're now going to be able to get. But more so than anything else, I feel like you are about to be met at your needs. Okay, Pisces Soul Tribe, that was your reading. Hopefully this message resonates with you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, and that you're able to take something from it that you could use. Of course, if there's anything that you need from me, including personal readings, okay, they're now available again to you all. A lot of you all have asked, so I'm going to fulfill the request, okay? You can find all of those details down below in the description box, okay? And as always, my good people, remember to conquer this day. And see you in the network. Bye, guys.